All right, Bears fans, you can be honest with me. Not going to judge you either way. Do you want the Bears to beat the Eagles on Sunday? There's obviously pros and cons. If you win, well, you beat the best team in the NFL. That's a good sign moving forward, especially if Justin Fields outplays Jalen Hurts. If you lose, well, you maintain a top 3 pick for next year's NFL draft. I'm not going to judge either way. You let me know. Do you want the Bears to win or do you want them to lose? You're watching Bears Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're all having a good day as we get closer and closer to Christmas here. Justin Fields appeared to have a good day as he was able to return to practice. He practiced today on Thursday after missing Wednesday's workouts with an illness, so he appears to be good to go. All signs point to him playing on Sunday. Obviously great to see, and I do think it's important that he plays these Final Four games and gets as many snaps as possible because Justin Fields is obviously the future of your franchise, and you want him to continue to grow and grow. And, you know, we've talked about this a couple times. I thought his last time out against the Packers was one of his best passing games of the year, so hopefully he can build off of that performance. Also, the passing has started to come along throughout the season. Remember, he only completed just over 50% of his throws through the first 4 games, but he's been able to raise that number almost 12 percentage points over the last 8 games. Running has been impressive all year. He's been a dynamic runner for this football team from the jump. He's going to cross 1,000 yards rushing for the season, barring something unforeseen like an injury. Hopefully that does not happen. But Justin Fields, good to go. He's going to play on Sunday, barring a setback with his illness or with some sort of injury, which that does not appear to be the case. So he should be out there on Sunday. Now, more on Fields and the Bears in a second, but subscribe and join us. Didn't have a watch party last week. Didn't know what to do with myself, but we're back at it this week. Bears versus Eagles watch party. So subscribe, turn on your notifications. We'll be live on Sunday at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Central Time. We'll hit you with a 30-minute pregame show, and then we will have a full game to break down for you guys. So join in on the fun. If you haven't joined us for our watch parties before, it's a lot of fun. Come check it out. Now, Jalen Hurts, the Eagles quarterback, who, of course, the Bears will be facing this week, talked about Justin Fields. He said, I love watching football. I love the game. I love seeing the way different players handle different situations. Talking about Justin Fields, he's always been a player that I've had a lot of respect for at Georgia, at Ohio State, coming into the Bears and doing what he's been able to do in such a short time. And I think that's interesting that he says that because Hurts and the Eagles are what Fields and the Bears can be. I made that analogy coming into this year. I thought the Bears this year could have an Eagles-like season that they had last year. Now, obviously, they have not done that. The Eagles rallied and made the playoffs. They won a bunch of close games. The Bears have lost a bunch of close games. So, obviously, to that level, it didn't happen. But you can see some of the comparisons. A young, dynamic, dual-threat quarterback, and don't tell Philly. I think Fields' potential is higher than Hurts. Just throwing that out there, and that's saying a lot because Hurts might win the MVP this year. Now, the Eagles have an all-pro type of offensive line. They're further along. I'm not saying the Bears next year will be doing what the Eagles are doing this year, but that is the formula of what this thing could look like here in a few years, hopefully. Now, getting back to the injury report, of which Fields was a full participant, not everybody was. Larry Borum limited with a knee. We'll see what his status is. I don't think he starts regardless. I think it'll either be Leatherwood or Riley Reiff at right tackle. Now, Chase Claypool has missed 2 straight practices with a knee issue, and that doesn't trend well, and the Bears need him to play. I mean, you traded a second-round pick that's going to be very high in the second round, and you haven't gotten a ton out of Claypool. Now, I continue to say, and people ask me, did the Bears already lose this trade? Did they blow it? We're not going to be able to judge that until after next year, in my opinion, or at least midway through next year. But I also think we thought we'd be getting more than this, right? I mean, 111 yards in 5 games on 12 catches. I expected more. Now, again, it's early. I'm going to give this time, and, based on how Luke Getsy and some people have been talking about this, it takes a lot for receivers to learn this offense, but you were certainly hoping to get him out there. Also did want to verbally mention David Montgomery on the injury report ill. We will see what his status is for Sunday. Seems like the flu or something's going around Hallis Hall right now. All right, Rocket Money is today's sponsor, and Rocket Money is going to help you save some money because most of us have subscriptions that we're still paying for that we either forgot about or that we just don't use enough. And what Rocket Money does when you sign up and download the app at rocketmoney.com/bearsnow, it helps you keep track of your expenses, and it shows all of your subscriptions on one feed. And you're like, oh, really? I'm still paying for Xbox Live. I'm still, oh, Netflix charges 10 more bucks than they used to. Hulu, I don't even watch Hulu anymore. You can just click the cancel button next to any of those streaming platforms or other subscriptions that you have and don't want anymore, and Rocket Money's going to take care of all of it. They're going to cancel it for you. You don't have to, get on hold with customer service and try to, stop paying that service anymore. Rocket Money's going to help you out. So download the app today, rocketmoney.com/bears now. Stay tapped in with your finances. Keep on top of your upcoming bills. And if you're like me and you're in your late 20s now and you got a kid on the way or something, you got a budget. Every dollar is going to count. So rocketmoney.com/bears now. They're going to help you out. Make sure to save some money today. It's Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/bears now. All right, Khalil Herbert injury update. Remember Khalil Herbert? Because I do. Eligible to return from IR next week. Matt Eberflus made some comments on Wednesday that I wanted to hit on about the Bears running back. He did say at the time that they expected him back, and it appears that'll be the case. Here's what Flus had to say. He said, "We anticipate him being back. We're excited about getting him back next week. He's been working. In fact, I just talked to him in the hallway here a little bit ago, and he's getting ready to go. He's been hitting his max speeds, and his jumps look good, and his power and his legs look great, so we're excited for that." So it does appear that he will be activated next week and get to play in the final 3 games, and I think that's good, right? Because Khalil Herbert was really starting to turn a corner. I mean, 6 yards per carry was near the top, if not the top of the NFL at the time he got hurt for eligible runners, 4 touchdowns on the year. This is a building block moving forward. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying this is some massive cornerstone. I mean, he's a running back, a 6th-round running back at that, but he's much better than where he got drafted, and I think next year he could be your starting running back. I mean, we'll see if Montgomery is back, and even if he is, Khalil Herbert could be that lead guy. We'll have to wait and see, but we know this. He's going to have a role moving forward, so to get him back into the mix will be nice to see for the stretch of the season. Now, this is the question, because we don't know Monty's future. We don't know if the Bears will sign or draft another running back. Will Khalil Herbert be RB1, a.k.a. the lead runner, next season? Type Y for yes, type in for no. I certainly think it's possible. Let me know what you guys think. And let's talk about Velus Jones Jr. before we get out of here. Is the rookie receiver going to finish the season strong? Obviously, we hope that's the case. He talked about that, saying he feels good and excited for the final month. He said, the rookie struggles have molded him. He says, shaped him into being upcoming player I need to be. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. It's been bumpy, but what's a career without it being bumpy? I'm grateful. You can't take into account what everybody says or what everybody has to think about you, or else you'll never be successful. You'll never reach where you want to be in your career. I have learned a lot. And let's push this across here, Rolly. Just have fun at the end of the day. That's what I told myself coming back from the bye week. Just go out there and have fun. I've been doing this my whole life. It's nothing to have anxiety about, to worry about. Just put the work in, and the results will take care of themselves. So has a positive attitude. He recognizes, hey, yeah, this hasn't gone as expected or how I wanted it to go. But what I will say is I'd like to get him some opportunities. Obviously, he's back in there as a kick returner. We'll see if they give him another opportunity as a punt returner. He obviously had issues muffing punts earlier in the season, but give him more chances on offenses. Jet sweeps. Throw him the football out in space. Let him run a couple deep routes. You drafted this guy in the 3rd round. Let's see what he can do over the final month, and that way you have some sort of an idea if he's going to be a playmaker or not for you next year, because you'd like to know going into the offseason at least somewhat if he's a piece or not. Because if he's not, that's probably an extra receiver that you need to go get, whether it's in the draft or in free agency. Now, if you want to see Velus Jones get some more chances, type me down in the comments. Be sure to sound off, and we will see you next time on Bears Now. A couple of mailbags this weekend, and then our watch party on Sunday.